right. Hey guys, welcome to episode 3 of the Shig Show. And a big shout out to Maggie for just teaching me a new little lesson on how to start my show. I'm super excited about that. Learn something new every day. So thank you guys for joining. I'm getting shiggy with it, also known as Jess. And there's lots of Jesses in our friend group. I feel like I have a Jess almost every episode. And I keep meeting more Jessicas and Jesses on TikTok, and it's like, I think it's funny, but we're all cool and we're all the same age, so clearly that name was very popular in the 80s. So
you need t-shirts and start naming yourselves off,
Yeah, exactly. So thank you guys for joining. I have 3 of my friends with me today, and we're going to talk things like TikTok and some politics, some conspiracy theories. And I think it's going to be a really good time. Thank you for joining in. I see we have a couple of viewers. Mr. Mayhem is in here, my favorites. So I'm going to let my guests introduce themselves first. So Maggie, you want to kick us off?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me on, Jess. I'm so happy to be on your 3rd installment of your show. It's awesome. I'm so proud of everything you're doing. It's awesome. My name is Mermaid Mama Maggie on pretty much every platform. I do comedy and politics on TikTok, and I also host a show every Friday called Friday Night Highlights, and I'm starting a new show with my husband called Amazing People, which we're slow to get off, the start, but, life's been crazy with the end of the year with all my kids and graduation and everything, but, I do comedy, politics, and host YouTube, so follow me. And also, I just started a new clothing brand called Vaxhole, and you're wearing it. I'm wearing it.
Oh my God! And I'm wearing my shirt.
Well, a vaxhole is somebody that is vaccinated against COVID-19 and loves to brag about it. And so I am doing shirts and a whole bunch of other pieces of clothing to help spread awareness for this and give money to UNICEF because they're working on vaccinating over 2 billion people in 180 countries. So 100% of the proceeds from this clothing company goes to UNICEF. And we've raised a whole bunch so far. So go out, be a vaxhole, get vaccinated, and let's help the rest of the world be vaccinated. So that's it. Okay.
I love it. I get compliments on this shirt. People ask me about it when I wear it out. So you're doing a good job.
Thank you.
Marketing.
Love you.
All right, Jess.
I am Jessica, the Big Weird Mom, on pretty much all platforms. Like Maggie, I do a lot of politics stuff. I do a lot of like juicy gossip and like mom-related content, I guess. I really enjoy just poking fun at moms and mom groups because I'm one of them and we're ridiculous. But generally what I do on TikTok is Parlor Martyr, which was on kind of a hiatus for a month or two, but I've been reading Parlor posts since November, and it's doing a number on my brain. But I'm still here.
We're going to talk about that a little bit later too.
Yeah.
All right, and Gabe.
Well, I am Gabe Sanchez. That is my name, and that is where you can find me on pretty much every platform. I'm a comedian and I do politics and comedy on TikTok. And then outside of that, you can find me. Well, now that things are beginning to open up again, I will probably find myself on stage and back in front of the camera, not just talking to myself in my living room where my neighbors and my girlfriend hate me. But, yeah.
I love it. Awesome. And I'm getting shiggy with it. You can find me on TikTok. Getting shiggy with it and getting shiggy with it too, because I frequently get on TikTok timeout. And then on Instagram at Getting Shiggy TikTok, because that name was stolen by someone who doesn't post anything. So I might offer them a ransom at some point for my Instagram name back. But follow us all. And then of course here on YouTube, if you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure to subscribe to any of our YouTubes that have them. We all host really fun shows so that you don't miss anything. And whatever that little notification bell is, I'm no YouTube influencer, so I don't know what corner of the screen it's showing up on. But So I want to talk a little bit about TikTok first. I say this every episode because it's true. We could make an entire episode only talking about TikTok because it is a dumpster fire. But we've all met through TikTok, which, as annoying and frustrating as TikTok is, it has shown me that you can meet some really cool people out there and people that we would have never met in real life, which I just think is a very positive thing that's come out of a lot of frustration and all kinds of emotions with TikTok. But I think it's been so cool because, like, I've met a few people that live near me, but that's it. Everyone else is like very spread out. And so I think that that's really cool. But I want to learn a little bit more about like why you started your TikTok, or if you want to talk a little bit more. I know you guys kind of introed what you do on TikTok, or like your favorite thing and your least favorite thing about this shit show that we all cannot quit. Let's be honest.
It's a drug, baby. It's a drug.
Yeah, it's addicting.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Maggie, you want to go first? Because I know we were talking about it a little bit.
Well, I started TikTok obviously during quarantine. I don't think I started posting until I was more of a voyeur for a while. But I was a theater major in my undergraduate. And I was a theater major, musical theater person. And so doing entertaining stuff and, you know, all that kind of stuff was always a part of who I was in my life. But, you know, I moved on and I became a speech pathologist. And during quarantine, I was really just looking for something to be creative with. I was so tired of, oh, hey, Sunny State. That's my husband.
We love a supportive man. Okay.
He's a good one. But I was so tired of, I think during quarantine, seeing everybody's perfect lives on Instagram. It was making me like just nauseous, especially when we were going through such like turmoil in our country. Just seeing everyone being like, I just woke up and baked scones today. I was just like, I can't anymore. And so I moved to TikTok, and it's been such a wild ride. And getting to meet so many great people has been such an amazing adventure. I mean, I never thought that I would love people that I've never really met before, but it's been so great. Minus the views stinking lately. But, you know.
For all of us, I think. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Gabe, you want to talk about a little bit? Because no, Jess, go ahead.
Yeah.
Ladies first.
Yeah.
Ladies first.
Well, same thing. I actually thought for a while that TikTok was like just only for people in MLMs, and then when the quarantine came around, I was like, oh, okay, like this is cool. I can get on board. And just randomly saw someone sharing a TikTok on Instagram. And I didn't really make very much content until November, when I just randomly, I saw a screenshot of a Parler post on Facebook. And I was like, wow, this is crazy. Like I'd heard about Parler and I knew how crazy, you know, it just the idea of it was, but I didn't know how bad it was. I instantly signed up for a Parler account just to see like if the screenshot was real, and it was. And I made a TikTok where I just read it, and like all of a sudden, I mean, I think I had like 10,000 followers in like less than a week, and just like kept growing and growing. And kind of as I was getting closer to, as we were getting closer to the election and the inauguration mainly, I was seeing like a lot of people who were planning the insurrection. And like I had filed FBI reports, you know, whenever I saw people who were threatening violence, but like it didn't become serious until like people were like making groups and like were like clearly talking, you know, in the DMs about what they were going to be doing. There was one lady who was like trying to find like nurses and doctors to give her medical equipment to bring her with her to the insurrection. And like anybody who was watching me was like not at all surprised what happened on the 6th. And it was like such a wild ride of a like 2-week span for me, because I was like concurrently getting a ton of views while also like TikTok was really trying to suppress me. And that's when they sent my ban through. And at that point I'd kind of been doing mom content and parlor content concurrently. But after the ban, I split it off into 2 accounts. And since then, it's been crazy. It's like, the algorithm is like, you love it and you hate it, right? Like it's giving.
What is the algorithm?
Like,
I don't love it. I don't love it and hate it. I literally just hate it. So, yeah.
But like,
there's no love. There's no love here.
But the algorithm, like, even just based on who it gives you to follow, like I have made a friend, a couple friends who I would call like one of my best friends from TikTok. And it's like crazy how like just this like weird scientific algorithm has brought us all together. And now I'm like, okay, well, can we get rid of it? So that's where I'm at. That's what my TikTok story is, I guess.
I love it.
So very similar to probably everyone. I took advantage of quarantine. I was doing sketch comedy and other comedic shorts on YouTube with friends and writing and stuff, and I needed kind of like an outlet because all the theaters were closed, so couldn't do that anymore. That was cool. But a buddy of mine that I've been doing videos with was like, "Oh, you should get on TikTok. I'm sure you'll have a blast and you'll get a following, no problem." So I was like, "All right, fine." And I started it, and I like was trying to figure out exactly what my like thing was. Because when I went on there, I was like, well, it's a bunch of people lip syncing, it's a bunch of people dancing, it's a bunch of people who's already established from like Vine and YouTube days to now over on TikTok, and it was like pulling like teeth to try to get the right kind of people to watch. And then eventually I shifted. It was probably like around last May or June when I shifted into political TikTok, and I was like, all right, you know what? There's a ton of stuff that's going on, whether it's like various types of injustice that are happening in the country or abroad or whatever, but mainly in the country. I was like, all right, I need a way to digest all of this madness before I go crazy. And I just started writing, and I was like, oh, it would be funny if I were this character in this situation. And the thing is, like, what made it as like a comedian writing is reality was already set to like an 11, and then you had to push it to a 20 without going too crazy. But then you would find that once you had established that like new reality, be like, oh, well, that's not funny anymore because that is reality. And so then I would end up so I have some absurd TikToks out there. Anyway.
I want to go binge your account now.
It's like, I have like MAGA heads exploding and have aneurysms, it's all sorts of stuff, like literal dumpster fires. It's good stuff.
If you had, what's your most embarrassing TikTok that you've ever made, or like silliest TikTok because your stuff is so good, Gabe.
Thank you. I would say embarrassing.
Maybe not embarrassing, but one where you look back and you're like, why did I make that? I made one as a banana once, so I'm just saying, like,
Well, I'm about to make one as a giant gun, but I haven't.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm Lauren Boebert's gun.
Yes.
Oh my God.
And,
I love
I'm
it.
just apologizing because we don't reflect the same views.
I think we have a missed opportunity on being Marge's gun that was auctioned.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I totally forgot about that auction. Did that even happen?
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Okay. I remember when you were
the name of the guy. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, because I was gonna say I remember when you were like, all right, let's flood the form.
The sign up,
to sign up. But yeah, so basically, quarantine pushed me into this new path, and I'll do like some evergreen now and again, which like sometimes does well. But then I mainly just fall myself into like politics, whether it's like I'm a coked out down junior, or I'm someone else within the political sphere that's insane.
I loved yours from today. Line. It's so good. You guys all do such good.
Hey, you do Don Jr. I do Kimberly Guilfoyle. So there you go. We're
the best
the
is
whole
yet
package.
to come, baby.
Oh, did that. Everyone thought I was actually like praising her too. That was and all the Democrats came like, "What are you doing, crazy?" I'm like, "I'm a Democrat."
Oh, the other one I totally forgot about was it looks like somebody mentioned Christian Walker. That one is a good series. That one's fun to do. That one is it. Whenever I'm talking to I just found that I talk to myself a lot nowadays, and it's always good when I can like dish shit at someone that's real that deserves it, as opposed to myself. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Maggie, what you were saying, and Jess comments this on all of my MAGA videos when I'm only in character and I don't flip back and forth. When I flip back and forth, everyone gets it. But for some reason, when I'm just in my MAGA character, which her name is Methany, by the way, we have named her.
Mm-hmm.
We have named her.
Excellent name.
Yeah, so the MAGA character with the camo and the hat is Methany, and then the mom vlog who has lots of filler but is anti-vax, her name's Kitty.
Can we get into a fight with? Can I get into a fight with Kitty, please?
Please, girl, let's talk.
Yeah,
I would love to.
The thing that I don't ever get is you're like, all right, I'm clearly making this into like some satirical piece or whatever, and then someone like misses what the hat says or doesn't. I'm just like, either these are real conversations to the extreme that they are witnessing and they think are real, or they're just like, I've never seen comedy before that isn't like slapstick or something, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
Satire, it goes way over their head.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, and I get so disappointed because on one of them recently, I remember Jess commented and she's like, I can't wait for people to not figure out. She said, you said something like that, like, I can't wait to see the comments of the people who don't get this satire. I was just like inundated with people thinking that I was being serious. And I get it. And it's a little scary that all you have to do is put a red hat on it. My hat it says Black Lives Matter. Like, I don't invert it for a reason, but like, to me, it's really obvious, but all you have to do is parrot the same shit that they all do. And everyone thinks that you're being serious because that is literally their reality in life.
Yeah.
I think it's so funny. And so people, I love to mess with people and they're like, I can't imagine being this delusional. And I always say, like, imagine not reading the hashtags in the caption. Like, because I always put like parody, which maybe and it's people from the left. And it just like, y'all have to be better. Yeah, you got it. And they're mean. Nasty things.
I found that the Democrats, when they mistake me for a Republican, are actually meaner to me. They're meaner to me, much more mean than they come out and they're like my Kimberly Guilfoyle video. I'm telling you, it was like I had to make like many rebuttals because it went really bad. They were mean to me. But the thing is, they don't. Oh, go ahead.
It took a learning curve for me for a while when I was posting my parlor videos to be like, because like people will just comment, they'll be like, wow, what a freaking idiot. Or like, you know, and I'm like, wait, are you talking about me?
Yeah.
And it literally took me a couple.
Oh, Jess, you're freezing up a little bit.
Yeah, I think
it's all good.
I can see you.
We'll figure it out. Okay, good.
But
maybe the video.
Yeah,
Jess, you do the work that nobody else can stomach to do, and I praise you for it because I know I tell you this all the time, but I don't know if any of us could really stand to be on, Parlor and do what you can do, and you deliver it so eloquently, and so it's so nice that we have you to reference that we all don't have to go on there and see this kind of crap all the time.
Yeah, I even tried at one point to do a deep dive into Telegram. Oh God. And I joined a couple groups and I was just like, I can't do this. I got some funny content out of it and I did some like dramatic readings of some of the messages and stuff, but I was finally like, I can't do this. I want to literally punch every single one of them in the face and like shake them. So yeah, bless you for doing that. So I want to talk a little, kind of like segue a little bit, like how you guys come up with your skits. Jess, I want to learn a little bit more about Parler because I watch your videos, but I just want to learn a little more of the inner workings. Cause like for me, I really enjoy TikTok for the most part. Like it, like some of the videos I did today, it's like, I keep it simple. It's pretty easy. I don't get too crazy with anything. And that's just how I like it. But you guys go hard with especially Gabe. I mean, your like name tags and backgrounds and edits are like, I don't have the attention span to do that. So I just want to hear a little bit more about like how you guys came up with some of your stuff, what it's like. Gabe, you want to start? Because you're very elaborate.
Yeah. So for me, I was like, I think when I write, because I also, I'll write my own stuff, and then I've got a writing partner that I work with that we work together in San Francisco, and then we both moved to LA, and so we'll bounce ideas off each other to be like, this is this batshit crazy that thing that happened in the news today, and we'll be like, got to write something about that, right? And yeah, for me, the level of detail that you mentioned is really important because you can watch the video once and be like, oh, I think I picked up on everything. And then you'll get like, it'll take you maybe 2 or 3 to realize like something in the background, or there's like some Easter egg that I'm holding, or like, for example, I am doing a commercial for Insurex, which is the drug that you take for people who want to forget that they were ever involved in the insurrection, right? And it's got flunazepam, horny goatweed, and hydrochloroquine.
Perfect.
I can't wait.
The detail for me is really important, just because like, if I'm doing a parody of something or like satire, I just want to be like, great, you got it. Obviously, I'm trying to work the algorithm to be like, how many times do you want to, like, can you watch this? So that the algorithm will say, oh, I'm there to comment, or I'm there to notice something, or have a go back and forth. Sometimes I'll purposefully like cause like some sort of very controversial topic and then get people to talk about it, like paying people a livable wage, crazy. Those comments were nuts. But yeah, for me, the detail is like, I've got a green screen, so I try to add as much as I can for the people who watch it as it is for me, where I'm like, oh, that's funny. That's like, it's like a dumb little whatever prop, but hopefully the details to it will add to the story of like whatever I'm telling. So I don't know. When people comment on it and they notice it, I'm like, okay, well, at least it wasn't like a few hours of work to put this whole thing together.
Yeah.
That people notice, right?
For sure.
Yeah, no, you always have really good Easter eggs. And I remember when we first were connected and I did that duet with the sheep are sleeping and the lion is waking, and I had Cheeto dust on my lips and I had a little bit of Coke. It wasn't real Coke. Don't take this video down. It was flour. And I remember you commented on it and I was like proud of myself because not a lot of people saw that.
Exactly. It's like, just, for me, it's the world building, right? Like creating the reality. It's like, okay, like also somebody commented recently on Twitter, because I post up there too. And this woman goes, kind of low. It was my Family Feud insurrection video that I did, where it was the GOP versus QAnon. And the woman like retweeted it and goes, kind of low tech, but still a funny joke. And I'm like, I'm not, and I don't have a studio to make the fucking bee's knees.
This is an
of
SNL
production.
lady.
Right.
Do they also see like the content that's like on TikTok? Like most of it is very, very low tech.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
like
And I'm
you're
like,
going
I'm like,
extra distance.
trying, you know.
Yeah,
Most of
you're-
those jumpers look like they filmed themselves on a potato. So, like,
They probably do have potatoes. And they're like, what is this?
or like a cricket phone.
Oh,
Someone
yeah.
said that today. So there was like this angry old man. I can't remember who stitched him. Oh, it was Good Trouble. And he goes, who gave Grandpa his phone again? And someone goes, they really need to uninstall TikTok from the cricket phone. It was hilarious.
That's
You had to be
awesome.
there. Maggie, what about you? And I know we were talking like in the green room before and how just jacked up the algorithm is. So it's like, I love your skits and TikTok just does not push them. And it's so annoying to me.
You know, I do a lot of outside editing. You know, I mean, you guys have seen I've done a whole series where I'm on Tucker Carlson's show, and I'm taking, you know, snippets of. It's highly manipulated, obviously, but it's Tucker Carlson, and you know, this is just recent stuff. But I mean, I do a lot of other people. Like I've done skits with Marjorie Taylor Greene, and you know, other people like that. But I do a lot of outside editing where I have to film my part, you know, edit it into Final Cut, and then, you know, splice it together and do lots of editing. It takes a lot of time and a lot of effort to, you know, write it and, you know, curate that kind of back and forth, especially like, I don't know if you guys saw Sex Talk with Maggie, where I interviewed Barack Obama. That one took a really long time, but I didn't mind that as much because he's not annoying to listen to. But when I have to watch like a whole Tucker Carlson and like write down every like line that he says and, you know, kind of go through just for it to get like 200 likes, I'm like, kill me.
Yeah.
But that's usually my process, is just picking like, you know, a topic of the week, or, you know, someone saying something completely outlandish and, you know, trying to make fun of them. And I love doing, you know, skits back and forth where it's just me and, you know, going back and forth. And I also love doing like board games. That's kind of one of my little niches that I do on TikTok. I've done Trump on the Dump. That was a whole series where
I love that one.
It was Donald Trump, and instead of Elf on the Shelf, it was Trump on the Dump. And I did 30 days of that. Yeah. That was a commitment.
Bless
and it was,
you.
No, it was a commitment, and I didn't realize what I was doing at the time. But I also have done like the Blame Game. I've done Liar Liar Pants on Fire. So I love making the props for it, and, you know, doing it. I mean, anything to be creative. You know, and where that's my favorite part of TikTok is the outside experience.
Yeah.
Creating, you know, writing, thinking of really funny ideas, you know, because at the end of the day, if I can make myself laugh, then I at least made myself happy. That's it, right? I mean, I can't control what the algorithm does. I can't control if other people are going to see my stuff, but shit, if I'm laughing, then at least I've made myself happy. So I do that a lot. But yeah, that's pretty much my process, is just picking funny shit and making it happen. I try to do as much as I can, but, you know, with two little ones running around, it's not as easy as it seems. So I have to, you know, kind of space my time out as well as I can. So.
Yeah. I think the first video that I made that got any attention was after, so I'm in Georgia, which is like no surprise to anybody. I've talked about it before, is when Kelly Loeffler debated Raphael Warnock. And I made my husband watch it. My husband's not political, like, at all. Like, he doesn't want to talk about it. It's just not his thing. And so TikTok's been an outlet for me to talk with other like-minded people about it, because I don't want to bore him. He just doesn't find it interesting. That's great. He likes hunting, and I don't find that very interesting. So,
we're going to start a support group for our husbands. Support groups for husbands that don't want their wives on TikTok. So.
Yeah. He would just rather I delete it all. But I remember I made him watch it because in Georgia, that was a big deal. And Lion, whatever, what was his name? I can't remember. David Perdue didn't show up to his. And so I just remember watching that and cringing at her. And I had just curled my hair that day. So I was like, I feel like this could be something. And it was like the most low, but let's talk about low budget. I literally sat on my bed and I put my glasses on for the reporter and I took them off for her. And it got like all kinds of views and it was fun. And that's when I was like, maybe I can do something with this. I mean, I say it got a lot of views compared to some videos, no, but for me. And it was fun doing the skit. So I enjoy doing those now, but I'm just trying to, figure out the best way to do it. I think my MAGA characters are the easiest way to do it because it's very
well. People also, I think, like predictability and what they know you're going to do, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, you have an established character, or you set up something, and especially like your MAGA characters working for you, it's definitely gets you good views. So it's like it's a perfect, and there's you never run out of material with them.
Yeah, that's
true. The best part. They just keep bringing the crazy. So it's like, man, it's just they just keep bringing it.
Yeah.
After the election, I was like, maybe in the next couple months things will kind of wind down and I can start doing some other stuff. And then no, it literally has not stopped.
It just keeps getting
on
worse.
Fire.
Yeah. Keeps getting worse. The shit I hear just on a daily basis. And I'm not even on Parler or Telegram. This is literally just from TikTok and comments and videos and stuff. And I'm just like, how do you believe this? I just
or it's like not even normal people, but it's just like elected officials. And you're like, you just self-owned right there. You talked
like
about
Louis Gomer.
I was going to say
Gomer
that.
or Lauren Boebert did it yesterday, 2 days ago, or Marjorie Taylor Greene does it almost every day. Or she's like the constant daily reminder that it's like we should invest in our broken education system,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like oh man, all of these people got elected. Okay, maybe we should come up with term limits. I don't know. Old people and people that have outdated beliefs or whatever it is.
Absolutely. But the only people that will ever be able to create term limits are the people that have the job. So it's such a cycle that's never going to get fixed. And I've just been really feeling so sad for our country right now that our government officials are all just doing such a piss poor job right now. And, Democrats and Republicans alike.
Yeah.
I mean, we are not being served well. We deserve better representation. And it's pathetic at this point. And we got to bring that to the ballot box. We got to get some fresh new blood in there when we can. I mean, that's a fact.
Yeah, it's super frustrating to watch. I mean, both sides, but of course, like watching the right literally stand there and say, I'm just going to block everything you do. You shouldn't, there has to be some type of standard and like accountability and guidelines because, I mean, Marge is from my state. Thank God she's not my rep. I would move very quickly. Although like her districts are not, no offense if you live there, sorry. They're just not desirable districts for someone like me. But anyways, like she would have been fired so fast for anything that she's done in a normal workplace. Like that's what I don't understand. Like, a lot of them, like the way that they speak to Nancy Pelosi, she's technically your boss, bro. Like the way they speak about Biden, it is just, it is asinine to me that they can get away with that and that we pay them to do it. When like, if she would have gone up and put a sexes two things or whatever her stupid sign was in a normal workplace, God, immediately fired and sued.
Yeah.
Like, I said the same thing about Ted Cruz. Remember during the congressional speech, Ted Snooze is sitting there sleeping. And I'm like, if any of us were sleeping on our job, he would be like fired. Like, and he's literally on TV. Like, I mean, they make no qualms about not doing their job, not, obstructing any kind of progress. And it's pathetic at this point. And we need better. We deserve better.
Yeah.
I will say that whenever I decide to like jump in and comment on a video that I made or like someone to bring something up, maybe the person's like, oh, well, we should do what? They're like, we should do something or whatever it is in regards to the video. And I'm like, yeah, agreed. We should. Also, we should do this thing. And then they're just like, well, I mean, let's not go all the way. And it's like, no, let's fully commit. Let's do this. Let's just not just like select this person, this person, this person. Like, I agree. There are people, Democrats as well, that are like, need to go. Or there's an issue. They voted against this thing.
Mansion.
Right. It's like
Cinema, mansion, bye. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you like on any like any breadth of topic, it could be something personal that has to deal with Trump and like, the 26 women who came forward. And then someone goes, well, what about Biden? It's like, yeah, well, we should, just like we listen to these women and we should believe them. We believe this woman also, right? It's like, you can't just have one or the other, right? Like, and so with them, they're always like, well, what about, and like the Don Jr. thing, people were like, well, this is funny. Is this Hunter Biden? And I'm like,
they
what
are
about
the party of hypocrisy and whataboutism.
mm-hmm.
That's all they have. Like, I get it all the time, Gabe. Like, I had a video last week or something like that where like I'm sleeping about like all of the stuff on the right with women and children. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, Joe Biden consoles his grandson at his grandson's dad's funeral. Yeah. And holy shit, the comments I got in that, nothing but whataboutisms. And it's like, that's not what we're talking about here. And if someone on our side does something illegal or gross or wrong, put them in jail. I don't care who they are. And they cannot wrap their heads around that.
Yeah.
They literally can't wrap their heads around holding like public officials, no matter if you voted for them or not, accountable.
Like, look at Matt Gaetz. It's like the guy's a walking like
thumb.
Just to like, he's like a walking Amber Alert is what he is. And everyone is like ignoring what he did and what he has or allegedly done, whatever. But it's like, aren't you guys the one who want to save the children? Aren't you one who like want to protect against these bad people that you were like the deep state and blah, 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 all this shit. It's like, well then fucking own up to it and either say that you didn't really believe in it and you just hated the other side.
Yep.
Or fucking say something, do something, Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, I would at least, appreciate them just saying, yeah, I am hypocritical. I mean, really, I would appreciate them just being like, yeah, I don't believe in this, but I believe in this, or abortion is murder, but I really don't want to help out other people. I mean, if that's how you feel, just say it out loud. Yeah. Just own your shit, because that's really the thing, because they're always doubling down on that they're these holier than thou people, and it doesn't work like that. Just say your truth and move on, because we already see you for who you are. Yeah. I mean,
well, you can sin 6 days of the week and then pray it away on Sunday, and then you're a good, Christian, evangelical, whatever, and it's all fine. And then you go back online and you insult and bash people for whatever amount of beliefs, and on Sunday again you just recycle it and you go, great, I'm good again to go on Monday and do it.
Yeah. Jess, I feel like you have the most exposure to this like constant flip-flop. Like, okay, I think it's from Always Sunny, where Charlie's like connecting all the red strings like manically. That is what I picture when these like cucumbers are trying to put all these pieces together, and it's like what is it with Kevin Bacon, like 6
degrees of 7?
Yeah, like I feel like that's constantly what they're trying to do. And so like just talk a little bit about what you see on Parler, because I could just feel it. Well,
I mean it's like they are very much like opportunists when it comes to finding things, that they can make work for their narrative. So like, for an example, which I'm sure you heard from Crazy Mother Runner on my podcast, when Jim Carrey left SNL as Joe Biden, they took that and ran with it as if Joe Biden was actually quitting his job. And they just look at whatever whatever, headline is in front of their face. You could put anything in front of their face and they'll believe it and they'll make it work for their narrative. And, it's like, you ask how we put our TikToks together, like you'd think that mine would be like me sitting in a room, like, FBI agents and like, I've got like informants and whatever. And I do have informants, but, but for the most part, it's extremely easy. And like, I literally am like I have 2 kids at home, just like Maggie. Half the time I'm like trying to position my phone to like get my toddler out of the image because I don't want my kids to be on my social media. And I just pick up my phone. I'm like, it's time to do a parlor martyr. And I like less than 5 minutes later, I've got content. So like unfortunately, it's the easiest thing I do on TikTok.
They make it so easy.
Yeah,
they really
it's like
do
all
make
the people
it easy.
who showed up at the insurrection and then got all butthurt that the FBI is like at their door and like, how'd you know? It's like, well, you literally put your first and last name
as your
online.
username.
Yeah,
you were literally just like bragging about it. Your dad, your aunt, your uncle. Look who was at the insurrection. Like,
right.
They make it too easy.
You tagged your business page on it,
like that one guy. The one guy who's in the photo with the Q shaman, he's got his badge ID on, and it's like, what? Like, how covert is this coup? Everyone's showing their face.
Yeah. Well, just to give you an idea of little Big Weird Mom, the first time that I learned my lesson about writing your name on stuff was probably, I think I must have been in middle school, and I forgot that I had my name on a piece of something that had George Bush's face on it. And I like drew all over it and like handed it in to my teacher. And she's like, are you kidding me? I'm like, these are the lessons that we learned in middle school. Like, but they're adults and they're still doing it. And it's like, screenshots are forever, my friend. That's what they need to learn essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So kind of segueing, because I threw this in last minute today for the 3 of you, is the conspiracy theories. And it doesn't have to necessarily be like a political conspiracy theory, although in my opinion, those are the best that we've gotten lately. And clearly Gabe and I are on board with the vaccine making you magnetized conspiracy theory. So like, obviously it's true. The lady that was on TV the other day trying to stick her key to her neck. I don't know, but
I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry this is happening to you.
I know. It's just, it's a real tragedy. I had to like not go near my refrigerator today because it was just,
you just slam right into it.
Yeah.
This is the only metal, like I have removed everything. I've got books here, like this one. But I've got
Gabe, Gabe, you should do a skit as Magneto. You should do a skit as Magneto and literally be like, I have the vaccine. And like, and you're literally just pulling in Trumpers. Like,
that would be good. I do have an idea.
Tag me.
I was thinking about one yesterday where I was like, what if I got the vaccine, but then thought I was a superhero? But I was like, I am the human magnet. And then just went around trying to do stuff, but I literally could do nothing.
Yes.
That video though, and I can't remember her name. I know Crazy Mother Runner did some videos on it where she sticks it to her forehead or her chest.
Which one? Is it the woman who comes after the like doctor or nurse or whatever?
Oh, I can't remember. It's the one that tries to stick it to her neck and it just keeps falling off.
Yeah. She came in after and she was like, she like brought it back up and she was like, so I just want to come back. She goes, something I just learned. And she was like, apparently when you get the vaccine and the crystals and the metals stick to your, like, what?
Like, no, sis, you just need to take a shower.
Yeah.
That's all that means.
Got that oily ass skin.
Yeah, you're just gross. That's it. And like on that topic too is this whole shedding thing.
Oh, yeah.
And like people now saying, oh, now I'm going to wear a mask so that the shedders don't get me. And it's like, when you go so far right, you actually loop around and become left.
Oh yeah.
They come full circle. Yeah, the shedding thing really is one of my favorites because they're like, get away from me with your vaccine shedding. Now you're going to give me the virus. Now you care? Like, now you care? Like, are you?
I did the other day I wrote, but I need to film it. It's based on, it's just one of those conversations. It's like, it's pulling from Mean Girls. We're like, so you agree, right? Like, you think you're pretty.
You think you're really pretty.
But this one starts with, it's like, COVID-19 is a hoax. And they're like, but didn't you just say that the virus was leaked from the Wuhan lab? And they're like, yeah. And they're like, so you agree? And they're like, what? And it's like, that the virus is real. And they're like, no, COVID-19 is a hoax. And that's a literal loop where you're like, you can't leak a hoax from a lab, you dumb shit.
Yeah.
So which is it? Is it fake or is it real?
Yeah, I mean, they do that with everything. It's the same with like, well, Trump is still the president, but Trump's going to be reinstated as the president, but Trump 2024. And it's like, all three of those things can't coincide together. Like those can't like live together, guys. Let's.
Or like the TikTok ban that they just like decided to kind of put away. I don't know if you guys heard about that. It was yesterday. But they basically threw out the ban to be like, okay, we're not going to ban WeChat and we're not going to ban TikTok.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, so if Trump is president, he put a ban up and then he put that ban down. Is that what you're telling me right now? No? Okay. Well, great. Makes sense.
Trump is president, but Biden's to blame for gas prices. Like it's just, I don't know.
My body, my choice with the vaccine, but no abortions.
Yeah.
That's
my body. I love my voice. My body, my choice. Yeah, that's my Trevor voice. My body, my choice.
My body, my choice.
I can't even with them.
I feel like that's a kitty skit in the making.
My favorite conspiracy is that they believe that Joe Biden is actually dead. He's a hologram, and it's being filmed. This is all. I mean, that's
Hollywood studio.
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorites because it's like. You are so down a rabbit hole that you think that our entire like government put together an election just and literally just to show the people how powerful Donald Trump is. Like I'll show them. We're gonna make holograms. Like it's insane. Yeah, that's my favorite one.
4D chess.
Yeah. 4D chess is always great. The other one that was a fun one to follow along was the Two-Face theory.
Yes, I was just gonna say that, and I did such a hack job on Photoshop when the inauguration was coming up, saying like, is anyone really gonna believe Joe Biden's face on Donald Trump's body? And let's put and I'm not trying to body shame the man, but who rides a bike all the time?
Exactly.
And it was horrifying. Yeah. It was absolutely horrifying when I did it.
It was so insane to follow the logic, which was like, all right, so Joe Biden is guilty of this war crime and everything else, and he's going to be arrested. But when you see Donald Trump arrested, it's really Joe Biden being arrested. And when you see Joe Biden as president, it's really Donald Trump as president. And so when you see Joe Biden in jail, or when you see Donald Trump in jail, it's actually Joe Biden, you know, paying for the sins that he has committed.
Again, red string.
You're like, I am so lost.
So yes, let's send him to jail. Let's send Trump to jail. Basically.
Yeah. If that's really Biden, then let's go ahead.
Yeah.
I think. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say there was a period of time when I was following certain people before they got kicked off of Clapper, and which is like was more
How
the
did you get kicked off of Clapper?
People were kicked off like. Couple people, ship lady
like getting kicked off a Parlor just doesn't happen.
Yeah, she got kicked off, and another guy got kicked off, and I think it's because he was at the insurrection. That's why. But anyway, the stuff that I would see on there with people that were like, "Daddy Trump," and people literally saying "Daddy Trump," and I was like,
they still are.
Oh yeah.
It's just.
But you know what? I think they're also doing a lot of that for clickbait now. It's. They are like the new girl that's doing the Daddy Trump. You've seen that one where she's like fawning over him, and then you're like, ew.
Oh, I don't know if I've seen that.
Okay, well,
I
there's
might be happy that I haven't seen that.
Yeah, well, there's just a girl who's like a Daddy Trump, and she's like fawning over him, and shows him just walking, and you're like, what? And everyone's stitching it right now, and it's like, but they get this clickbait from posting something like that, and they're proud of it. They love Donald Trump, and we're not going to get through to them any other way. I mean, there's no way they're going to be like, oh, we love Biden now. I mean, there's no path to that alternative narrative, right?
Yeah.
But that just takes it to a whole new gross level.
Yeah. Jess, what are you seeing on Parler like that? There has to be some like real whack.
My favorite, I've been trying to think of my favorite conspiracy theory all day, but I think I got to settle on all of the Hunter Biden stuff. And I see Matt just commented about Hunter Biden. It is hilarious, the stuff that they will Photoshop. You want to talk about hack job photoshops. They have photoshopped a whole like series of events that led to Hunter Biden having a threesome with Lady Gaga, and like they got pictures with it, and like they like photoshopped her tattoos on her, and like there's actually like a mannequin laying in the bed, and that is the third person in the threesome, and you can like very clearly see that it's a mannequin in the bed. That's like, well, that's one of my all-time favorite Parler finds.
You think you couldn't make this stuff up, but it's that.
Yeah. That's like what I was saying earlier, which is like reality was set to an 11 and then like heightens to a 20. And then when you make something within a few days, that thing that you're like, this is so crazy, it couldn't be true. It becomes true. Yeah. And you're like, well, now I'm at a new tier where I have to come up with something even crazier. And then, oh man, there was something. My buddy and I, Dan, who my writing partner, we wrote a White House PR sketch that was about the intern sleeping with the Secret Service. Right? That was a joke that we wrote, like a throwaway joke of like the intern gets into all sorts of crazy shit, and one of them was he was sleeping around. Fast forward 4 to 5 weeks, and then this story about Tiffany Trump and Don Jr.'s ex-wife having an affair, like sleeping around with the Secret Service. We're like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, you willed it into existence.
This is why I'm doing a whole new series called The Twilight Zone right now. I just did my first one on the vaccines, and I'm doing a whole series with The Twilight Zone. It got taken down twice already, so I had to put it up for the third time, but everything feels like an episode of Twilight Zone or Black Mirror right now. It's like you can't. That's the thing. It just feels so outlandish, and just when you think it can't get more crazy, it gets even more crazy. Just the fact that we're sitting here and we had an insurrection like 6 months ago is bananas. Like it's just so crazy.
Or just he's coming back sometime. He's coming back in July. He's coming back in August, and then they want to say, well, you guys cried for 4 years, and it's like we weren't like saying that his presidency was illegitimate. We weren't, and that's why I put Hillary 2016 in my bio, because it really irks them. But it's like no one was doing this with Hillary. Like she literally conceded, and we all just moved on with to the best of our abilities with our lives.
He was president, but we didn't like it, versus we don't accept that he's president and he'll throw a fit.
Yeah. And like JD Khan had a good one of like the whole not my president, because that's what they like to try to throw back in our faces. Yeah. And it's like, we didn't say not the president. We said not my president. There's a huge difference, but you guys don't have enough shared brain cells to like comprehend what something simple means. So, okay. It's nuts. It provides lots of entertainment. I don't think I've laughed harder than I have in like the last couple months. I've also cried and screamed over plenty of things, but it brings a lot of entertainment. And someone was talking earlier about Christian Walker, and like honestly, sometimes I miss him being on TikTok, because I don't like going to Instagram and having to like screen record his shit and then make fun of him. He is entertaining as hell, but like It has to be.
I thought for the longest
I don't want to
time,
like diagnose him,
no,
but
I thought for the longest time that, well, not for the longest time, but I thought initially I was like, this is so crazy. He can't
has to
be
be
real.
fake.
Like, this has to be some sort of gimmick or whatever. And then like I was like, oh, that's right. His dad's Herschel Walker, big Trumper, big advocate. Okay, yeah, that's probably real. I mean, he also blocked me on all social media, which I take as like a badge of honor.
Badge of honor for sure.
Yeah.
Especially because there was the day that he blocked me was when he was like, oh, I can't move to Miami or I can't move to Florida because the school is opening back up. So my lease fell through and all this stuff in Florida. And then he was like, but it's the will of God, blah, blah, blah. And I wrote a comment to him in his DMs and I go, it was also the will of God that you got banned from TikTok a second time. He did not like that very much. And then he just banned me across all platforms or blocked me.
Oh,
I like it.
I think my biggest flex is that I've never been to Christian Walker's page.
Wow.
I
mean,
refuse.
that's probably a good thing.
No, I refuse to give certain people any more. Oh, like Rihanna's son. I did one stitch of hers, and I felt terrible afterwards.
That's why I
don't like giving them that because
that's why I never stitch. I just pull the video and I do it my own. I don't want to like send traffic their way, or at least I don't want to send the traffic to the original video.
Absolutely, I appreciate that. I really appreciate that.
I'm like, I'm going to make fun of you, but I'm not going to give you the satisfaction of getting the traffic to get money or whatever it is, right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. They do it. A lot of it they do for clickbait, and even acknowledging that kind of grotesque behavior, I feel is like we've got to be better than that. Right. Because they're teetering on, the demise of democracy right now.
Yeah.
And
well, you look at like all of the people that are part of like Republican Hype House, and apparently I bullied Allie into posting about that veteran, which real quick shout out. I should have put it in the banner, but I'm too lazy to do it right now. So there is a GoFundMe set up for Anthony Earls, and he's going to lose his farm, and he's a veteran, and he's like going through it. And so if you guys want to donate, all of the info is on my TikTok. It's on Angry Veterans TikTok. A lot of us have posted. We're really close to getting the bank to extend it. So if you can't donate, just share, please. He needs a new tractor, and he needs $14,000, and we're really close to the 7,000 mark. But with that said, the way that I got her to do it was because they constantly post about how much they support veterans and blah, blah, blah. But I never see them ever take action. Like you said, Maggie, it's all clickbait, and they use it to weaponize their platform. Totally. And so I called them out on it, and Allie made a dumb decision and someone requested $10 from her because she wasn't answering. And she sent them back 1 cent and said, F you sheep. So we all called her out on it. And she's like, yeah. And she goes, well, I don't know who did it. I'm like, you preach a lot about Jesus on your page to tell somebody to fuck off. Like, it doesn't matter. Just don't respond, like you saw that, but you didn't see the hundreds of tags people were doing to call you out to try to get you to help. Like, I didn't care if she donated. I'm like, on your 1.1 million follower platform, post something about a real veteran who you could literally, his farm could have been paid off by now if they would have just done it,
But there's your hypocrisy right there. If they claim one thing, they'll always do another. I mean, they don't care. They really don't care.
They've curated this little like brand that they have, and it's like, if one thing doesn't go with the outrage farming, instead of helping somebody, I'm just going to ignore it because it doesn't go with the brand that I've created to create all of this controversy. And it's so gross. And like, I'm so proud of the people I've met who, even if you have like a niche or whatever, like if there's something important to post about, I feel like none of my friends second guess it. you know, of like, if I need to post about something important, I'm going to do it. And I don't care if I lose followers for it or whatever. And I just, that whole hypocrisy thing is, and then of course, they all play victim.
Yeah, and to them it's like, well, you know, he shouldn't get handouts, you know, that whole it's the socialism thing, like blah blah blah. But then if it's a cute blonde girl with cutoffs and a, you know, star-spangled bikini, like last year, the girl who was trying to, I don't know if you guys saw, there was like a super conservative family that was like trying to social crowdfund to save their farm. And like, she went viral, but if it's a veteran, like, of course not, you know, that's a handout.
Yeah. It's sad. We're almost there though. And I know there's people in the comments that have really helped boost his story. And it's like, I'm proud that we can come together to, even if like, I mean, I'm pretty positive we're going to get there. But it's like, even if we can just extend it a little bit for him to figure something out. And some people sent me some like resources for veterans who are farmers and some different options. It's like, we are practicing what we preach on a daily basis. And it's like, that's the group I want to be a part of. I don't care what they're called.
But you know what the reality is that they probably don't want anything to do with it because they just love to oppose whatever Democrats are doing. It's literally, we've become so, you know, polarized in this country and so, you know, hateful towards each other that even a common goal of like helping a veteran is like, no, well, the Democrats are doing that.
Because a leftist came up with it.
Exactly.
Because when she finally posted her video, and I even told her, I was like, you know, if you don't want to tag me or whatever, that's fine. She totally made it seem like it was her idea. And I'm like, that's fine if that gets people to donate. But like, I literally sent her a message and said, I want to put our differences aside. And I just want you to stand up for what's right. Like, that's all. This isn't political whatsoever. They're not capable. I mean, some of them are. I've seen some Trumpers who are coming over, maybe not all the way over to our side, but not supporting Trump. There's that one girl with real short hair, like a cute pixie cut. I can't remember anyone's freaking usernames. But she's like denouncing Trump and like speaking out against all of that conspiracy theory stuff, which takes a lot of guts. But they're far and few between, you know?
Yeah. Unfortunately, a lot of them, it's too late. We've lost a lot of people. You know, our country thinks that this election, 53% of Republicans think that Donald Trump is still president and that he won the election, and there's no convincing them otherwise. And it's a sad, sad day in our country for that, you know?
Yeah. I don't know how we come back from this. I'm not sure. Not to be pessimistic.
I don't even know if there's coming back or what we go to or where we go from here. It's like, I feel like the misinformation and the spiraling down in our country is just going to get so much worse. We think it's bad now.
Yeah.
Guess what? TikTok material for the rest of our lives.
Yeah. Like, midterms coming up, and now they claim that every election is fraudulent, and I think we're in for a wild ride, and I think Jess is going to have a lot of material as long as Parler doesn't shut down again, which, let's be honest, it probably will. But there's always TikTok. So
but then they'll come back, and then they'll go away again, and then they'll come back.
And it's all some deep state conspiracy theory that they're trying to silence them. So like, your own conservative platform is trying to silence you.
Right. But they're giving all of their information, including their government IDs, to Russia now.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, we are at time, and I know some of us have little ones. Not this one. I have fur babies, and my food is downstairs. But I know some of you guys have kids. So I want to be, aware of that. I wanted to thank you guys so much for joining me on my 3rd episode. I cannot thank you guys enough. Same with the people watching, of how much support you guys have given me. And it's been such a joy to get to know you guys on a personal level as well. To have people virtually that get me, and I feel like I get them. And you don't always run into people in real life that understand you or want to talk about the same things as you. And I think I said at the beginning, like, that has been probably the best thing about TikTok, is just being able to make connections with people like you. And I really appreciate you guys coming. But let's just do a quick closeout of where people can find you. I'm gonna play a little outro video, and then we'll be done.
Awesome.
Maggie, you want to kick us off?
Yeah, Mermaid Mama Maggie on all platforms. Go visit vaxhole.shop, get yourself a Vaxhole shirt, boop, and all proceeds go to UNICEF to help vaccinate 2 billion people in 180 countries. So go do that. Go check out my TikTok page because I have no views. All right, bye.
Jess.
I think we need to start a campaign to like all of us share Maggie, because like Maggie's got the good connections. She just needs everyone to share her stuff. Like I'm down. I'm totally down.
I love you.
Agreed.
I am Jessica, the Big Weird Mom on all platforms. My backup on TikTok is just Big Weird Mom, and that's where I do most of my political content and my parlor content. So I will be trolling the Facebook mom groups looking for Missy, so she better watch out.
By the way, can we just talk about real quick the high heel Crocs?
What?
The kitten heel Crocs?
What is that?
No,
I watched that right before.
Crocs.
There's
I have to
Crocs.
Google this now.
No, just go to Jess's page.
Okay.
Yeah, I just did a mom group dumpster fires on it because all the Peloton moms wanted to buy the Croc bag. And so I posted on the Peloton page as the Big Word Mom. And I was like, so how do we feel about this? Like, what color matches your bag? It's Balenciaga. These things are like $500. And they're literally Crocs with stilettos. I apologize to your eyes.
Have fun with that one, Gabe.
Okay.
It's amazing.
I will make sure to buy those for the people I hate.
Hey, and they're green too, so you could like put them in front of your green screen, and I don't even know. You could, I'm sure something could happen.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna drop some coinage on those bad boys. Then.
There you go. That's where all our paychecks need to go. Crocs with heels.
God.
Yeah, so you can find me on all platforms. I am Gabe Sanchez, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. And just trying to make people laugh with all the fucking absurdity that is going on in the world. So,
well, you do a great job at it, Gabe.
Thank you.
Now I'm Getting Shiggy with it. You can find me on TikTok and Getting Shiggy TikTok on Instagram, as well as my YouTube page. So please subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And I hope you guys have the day you deserve. Bye.